Hi guys, so today we're gonna do a little tutorial on turret building in Avorion. We've been asked repeatedly about how you actually build a turret on Rusty server, and well, I thought it was about time someone actually explained the very basics. So, to do a turret, you need to start by placing a turret base on your ship or station or whatever your design. So let's pick up a turret base. Let me just change the scale and let's place it right here in the front. Okay. And just for the sake of explaining, let me place another one right here. Okay, so to start a turret, you need to have a surface from a turret base. And you choose the block, the turret base block. Let's choose the little one first. And then you can click right here to enter the turret design mode. Okay, so the turret design mode on your left, the user interface is basically the same that you had before on shipbuilding. But to the right, it's a whole new user interface. Up here, you can choose between designing a coaxial gun or a regular turret. We're gonna do a regular turret. The coaxial gun doesn't have movable parts. It's basically a spinal mounted gun, so to speak. So we're gonna do a regular design. And right below, we have a drop down that allows us to choose between the three parts from the turret: the base, the body, or the barrels. We're gonna leave these off for now. In here we have this green area, which is your working area. So whatever you're gonna do will need to be inside the green area. And you have a small example set by the game right there as soon as you entered the turret base menu. You don't need it. That's just an example to give you a better understanding of how it works and what you are supposed to do. But we don't want to make a turret so small. We have all this space that I just placed, so let's increase the turret size right here. Now, max size is size 10. You can't go over that. This turret base that I placed will let me take it to 4.5. That's the max size for this turret base. And that's why I placed the larger one over there. So let's exit the building menu and let's choose the larger turret base. Let's enter the turret design mode again, and again there's the example set in the middle. And this time, when we increase the turret size, we can go all the way to 10. But that's the max size. Even if I had, as I do, a larger surface for the turret base, I would not be able to go over size 10 because that's the max size set. So this green area is your working area. You can have it visible or not, but I find it useful. So these little dots, yellow, blue, and red, are the rotation points that you can see or not with this button right here. The red is actually the exit for your barrels, the exit point for your barrels, that you can also erase right here. So the muzzle and the rotation points. Now, we don't need this example, so let's delete it all. And the first thing we're gonna need to do is make a base. So on the drop down, let's edit the turret base. Now we have the area set up for us, max size 10 already. So let's place a small block in here. Let's decrease the scale. Let's turn on the mirror. Okay. That's the turret base. Now let's make a turret body. And when you change to the turret body, you have a new button down here that will allow you to assign the body rotation point, which is that yellow point over there. So first, let's set the body. We can, of course, get all artistic if we want. But as you can see, you cannot exceed your working area, defined by the green borders. Okay, now we have a turret body. Now we want to set the body rotation point, and to do so we need to choose the block using clicking down the mouse button, like you always did in the building menu to choose blocks. And by choosing blocks, you can also, if you want to, like right now I have this middle block chosen, but if I press Control and a different block, left click, Control and middle mouse button click, wheel click, I can add more blocks to the chosen overall. So this is my turret body. So let's set the whole thing as the body rotation point. Now down here you can test your rotation blocks. It's rotating over the base. The base is not moving. The small block we defined as the base is not moving down there. It's just the body that is rotating. Okay, so we can reset the rotation here and get back to building. Now, next, we're gonna need to do another junction that is still gonna be part of the third body. So third body, which is this large thing that we just made, and we're gonna add another small block just to make a junction. Okay, both sides is symmetrical, and now let's place another block. And start making those barrels. Now, this is already a little bit wrong. Why? Because when it starts rotating, we want it to be visually proper, which means we don't want blocks going inside of blocks due to the rotation. So those are things that we can later, with experience, improve in our designs, but you don't need to worry about it if you just want to make a functional turret, which is what we're going for right here. But because I know what's going on, I'm gonna delete these blocks I just made and make these barrels a little shorter for now, first. Okay, that should be enough. And now I'm gonna add to the front. Let's make another smaller one. Okay, that's outside the area, so we can't go that far. Let's do it to here. Okay, and now let's make a muzzle. So this is a basic turret design, right? Very basic. Of course, we can all elaborate and make it more complex, but this is the basics. So, of course, these are barrels, and I made them in the turret body, so they should be in the turret barrel. What are we going to do? Well, we are going to choose all those pieces by clicking Control wheel click. You can keep adding blocks to your chosen selection, and let's add those two. Okay, and right here, let's transfer the selection to barrel. Apply. Okay, that's the barrel. To confirm if everything is right, you can always change in here, and every time you change, it will shine what was chosen. Okay, and now we need to set the vertical rotation block. We already made the horizontal by choosing the body rotation point. So we still don't have the vertical rotation points, and those will have to be right there. Make sure you choose both sides. Again, Control and clicking the wheel. Clicking the wheel is the basic button to choose blocks on the building menu, and Control allows you to keep adding. And with those two chosen, we can define the barrel rotation point. Okay, so the blue dot went to the same perspective, and we can test it. So rotation left, right, up, down. Now, the reason I made it shorter right here was to avoid the back end of the barrel to enter through the base of the turret. Those are the things that, in the end, we're gonna need to be careful when designing a turret. Not because it won't work, but because, well, it's visually unappealing. Now, this is very basic, of course. The turret doesn't have... it's very ugly, but it's functional. Okay, so now that we know it's functional, all that's left to do is set the muzzle blocks. So, let's get back inside the building menu. Okay, so like I was saying, all that's left to do is setting the turret barrels. And as you can see, the area has extended to the front. Why? Because you have the barrel chosen. So that's the max size for the body and the base, but the barrel can extend to the front to ridiculous extents, as you can see. Okay. There's a massive cannon. Now, like I was saying, all we need to do is set the muzzle positions. So let's choose these two front blocks. Okay, and click right there, assign muzzle blocks, and there you have it, the red dot. So when you fire the gun, the exit points will be these two blocks, and the rotation block for the horizontal movement is centered on the body, and for the vertical movement is also centered on the barrels. So that's about it. You have a working turret. Right? Now, how do we make it work? Okay, so now that the turret is made, let's exit the building mode. And you have the message, this turret design is inactive. Place a turret on its base to activate it. And that's exactly what you need to do. So, as you press OK and exit the turret building menu, all you have on the building menu, on the ship building menu, is the turret ghost. If you exit the ship building menu, that ghost is gone. But if you enter the ship building menu, there you have the ghost again. So all you need to do is pick up a turret, whatever turret you want, and place it on the turret base until it shines green. There. Okay, let's exit the building menu, and there you go. That's the turret you just placed. Let's define it as number 1. And I don't think I have any crew to be able to fire, so let's hire some crew right there. Do I have crew? I don't think so. Yeah. Nada. Okay. Let's place some gunners. That should be enough to make the gun work. And there you go. The cannon is moving. It's aiming at whatever is your target. Right now it's this station. So let's aim at that asteroid, and you can see the gun moving to where I'm aiming. And it's firing. Of course, I placed a very weak turret. That's why it's so lame. But you can imagine what will happen when you make a very big turret design and place a legendary turret on it. So, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just be sure to say hi and ask around. See you guys.